Big 12 predictions. Yes, 8 teams on the FanDuel preseason odds to win the Big 12 are plus 1,500 or better, which means, yet again, this is going to be an accordion of a conference. The accordion as an instrument is really fascinating because if you expand it, it makes a noise, but if you contract it, it makes a noise. The Big 10 or the Big 12 is the accordion that never expands. There's never separation. It's just always, wow, any given week, this thing could blow up in our face. There has been a new champ in this league each of the last 5 years. Will there be a new one this year? Could be. Could be. Could be Utah. Could be Brigham Young. Could be Baylor. Texas Tech. Hello. I think I know a few things about this league. I think I know quarterback play may be the best in the nation in the Big 12. Do you stop to look at the roster of these players before you just immediately discount this? We got Rocco Becht, who is America's quarterback. We got Jalen Daniels is the key to this conference in many ways because if he's healthy all year, Kansas could win this thing. Like, I'm very, very abnormally high on Kansas if Jalen Daniels is healthy. They finished hot last year. They got the best head coach that no one talks about in the country. And so, got him. You got Sawyer Robertson at Baylor. Sam Leavitt is back again. Devon Dampier. Those are not two different people. I just pronounce it both ways so I know I'm right. Baron Morton, Josh Hoover. There's a very deep roster of quality quarterbacks here. The second thing I know about this league, Texas Tech is the best experiment to watch in the sport this year. Texas Tech went and got a lot of players out of the portal. And yet, I am going to suggest to you that while the rest of the country, the rest of the college football public is going to look at Texas Tech and say, oh, man, they just went and bought a bunch of players, probably a bunch of mercenaries. Half of them don't even know where Lubbock is on a map. They're just there to do their time. I'm telling you that's not the vibe there. You need to take my word for this. I'm telling you from people who have been there more than 1 year, they will swear by the fact that this is the best locker room they've been a part of, and this is the best overall program energy that they've felt. Now, should it work that way? The book says no. The book says you're not supposed to be able to go and take players from all over the country and just toss them in a room and shake it up and love what gets poured out, because there should be a lot of selfishness, a lot of me over we. Historically, that's what the book says should be. I'm just telling you that's not what it is at Texas Tech. Now, with that in mind, I want you to watch their defensive front this year. Everyone's going to talk about the offense. Everyone's going to talk 50,000 feet in the clouds about just the overall portal additions, but they're not going to get specific. Drill down to the defensive front. Watch Texas Tech play the first few weeks of the year. Look at who's playing 2s and 3s rotationally on their defensive front, because you'll notice those guys started for them that last year. You will notice quality players, not bad players, quality players are running with their 2s and 3s now because of the depth they have along the defensive front. I'm telling you they can win games defensively if they need to, and I don't think many people are going to be talking about that. Third thing I think I know. I can't believe how quickly people have chosen to forget about Utah. You remember Kyle Whittingham? Remember Utah back in the day? They used to win all the time. Yeah, that was like 12 months ago when we were saying that. Kyle Whittingham, by the way, has not retired. He's still there. He's still riding that motorcycle around Salt Lake City. Do you feel the way I feel? This is not a Peter Frampton song. I'm saying, do you feel that Utah's kind of just drifted off in the wind and like people don't think of this is a dominant program. Like this is a perennial contender that had one down year. They had a lot of close losses. It's just any time you have a roster that's not chock full of like 5-star after 5-star, if the wheels get a little wobbly, there is room to go 5-7 or 4-8 and be right back the next year. Hey, wait just a second. I appreciate you guys watching. Most of you are subscribed. If you're not, please do so. It's free. It helps us keep the show free, and that's how we do college football year-round. All right, back to the video. That's Utah. Utah did what Oklahoma did. It's just everyone's talking about Oklahoma. What do you mean, Josh? Well, Oklahoma went to Washington State, and they got John Mateer, and they got Ben Arbuckle. Well, everyone's praising that concept, me included, because I think it's going to work out. Quarterback and offensive coordinator come in. So you basically import a system, and you don't have to teach the quarterback the system. Well, Dampier and Beck are that for Utah. They came in from New Mexico. They're both very highly thought of. They're just not going to be talked about as much because it's Utah. People have forgotten about Utah, and that is a mistake. I'm not going to suffer from it. That's a mistake. Some favorite win totals of mine in this league. Look at Kansas. Kansas over under 6.5. Give me the over on Kansas. Kansas will win 8 games at least this year. Jalen Daniels' health is key here. And to be fair now, I understand what FanDuel's got to do. Jalen Daniels' health has been very erratic. So they've got to price in the possibility that he's not healthy all year. If he's healthy all year, they're going 8 wins minimum. And he has looked very, very good in fall camp. And not that it matters a ton. Actually, it does. They get to play home games at home this year, as opposed to driving to Arrowhead Stadium or a soccer facility like they had to do last year. That's a real thing. So give me Kansas over 6.5. Houston, breaking news to some still, is in the Big 12. And not only are they in the Big 12, they're in the Big 12 with an over-under win total of 5.5. And I think they're going over as well. I love the strength of schedule that's on our side here. I love that we've got a second-year staff. And I also love that they get a manageable entrance into league play. Do you know who the quarterback at Houston is? Do you remember Connor Wigman? He's down there. I think Houston could surprise some people this year. We got him with the 67th strength of schedule in the country. So let's take over 5.5 there. I'm going under on West Virginia at 5.5. They got over 70 new players on that roster. I went up there in the spring. I asked Rich Rod, how quickly can it pop? And he was very, very honest. He said, if these guys buy into our way of doing things, we know how to coach football. Like we'll win some games in year one, but he said we're not going to sacrifice long term to try and win 7 games instead of 6 games this year, if that's the way it's going to turn out. I think they're going to struggle. I think they'll be very erratic. I think they'll be very high highs, very low lows. And in the net, I think they're going to go under 5.5 wins. My conference championship prediction in the Big 12 is a rematch of a regular season game. I am going to take the team with the 3rd best odds against the team with the 4th best odds. That's Texas Tech versus Arizona State in the league championship game. And there was this funny thing that happened last year. When Arizona State got to the Big 12 championship game, they were banged up. Like they had critical injuries. I thought they were going to lose. I picked Iowa State. And Arizona State just plays their best ball of the year. And then they go push Texas to the wire in the playoff. Like Kenny Dillingham may have peaking at the right time figured out. I'm taking Arizona State to repeat as the conference champ here, which will be the first time in half a decade that that's happened. But Arizona State, Texas Tech, I think it's going to be one of the games of the year in season. And unlike the conference championship game out there last year, I think the Big 12 championship game will revert back to being an evergreen instant classic. Because it's the Big 12, I expect nothing less.